Slowly, silently, its lights a faint glitter of life amid the darkness, the Imperial Star Destroyer Chimera glided through space, drifting at the boundary between the outer rim worlds and the vast regions of unknown space, at the very edge of the Empire. Or rather, at the edge of the pitiful scraps of what had once been the Empire. 1,000 systems left out of an empire that had once spanned 1,000,000. 200 Star Destroyers remaining from a fleet that had once included over 25,000 of them. Standing beside one of the Chimera's side viewports, Admiral Pellaeon, Supreme Commander of the Imperial Fleet, gazed out at the emptiness, the weight of all too many years and too many defeats pressing across his shoulders. There was a tentative footstep at his side. "Admiral?" Captain Ardif said quietly. "We're ready to begin, sir." For a moment, Pellaeon's mind flashed back 10 years to a similar moment. Then it had been Pellaeon and Grand Admiral Thrawn who'd been here on the Chimera's bridge, watching the final test of the prototype cloaking shield Thrawn had recovered from among the Emperor's trophies inside Mount Tantus. Pellaeon could remember the excitement he'd felt then, as he watched Thrawn single-handedly breathing new life and vigor back into the Empire. But Mount Tantus was gone, destroyed by agents of the New Republic, and the madness and treason of Jorus C'baoth, the insane Jedi clone. Grand Admiral Thrawn was dead, and the Empire was dying. With an effort, Pellaeon shook the shadows of the past away and turned to Ardif. "Thank you, Captain. At your convenience." Ardif signaled the attack. 8 Soros sub-Preybird-class starfighters in tight formation roared in from behind them, raking the Chimera with low-power blaster fire. Then split smoothly in 8 different directions. Pellaeon called out to one of the pit crew officers. "Damage report?" 3 starboard turbolaser batteries knocked out. We've also lost 1 tractor beam projector and 2 ion cannon." Pellaeon almost hesitated to ask the next question. "Enemy damage?" "Enemy damage is minimal." Pellaeon sighed. The finest the Imperial fleet had to offer. They ran through the exercise one more time, this time activating the cloaking shield and turning the firing control over to the newly designed predictor. Blinded by the very device that was now shielding it from its opponent's view, the Chimera fired wildly in an attempt to destroy its opponents. Or perhaps not quite so wildly. If the predictor worked as well as its designers hoped, perhaps the Empire still had a chance in this war. It was a long time before the Chimera's turbo lasers finally ceased fire. Far too long. Pellaeon glanced at Ardif. "Is that it?" "Yes, sir. 500 shots as pre-programmed." Pellaeon nodded. "Deactivate cloaking shield. Let's see how well we did." Mentally crossing his fingers, Pellaeon peered out the viewport. The comm officer called out the results. "Signal from Adversary Commander, Admiral. Target 3 reports receiving a disabling hit and has gone dormant. All other targets have sustained only minimal damage." Pellaeon grimaced. 1. Out of 8 targets, the Chimera had been able to hit exactly 1, and that great feat had required 500 shots to achieve. The computerized combat predictor, touted by its creators and sponsors as the best approach to practical use of the cloaking shield, had been put to the test, and had done only marginally better than simple random shooting. Pellaeon turned to Ardif. "It's over, Captain. Have the navigator plot a course for the Bastion system. Send transmissions to all the Moffs, instructing them to meet me at Moff Dizra's palace." "Yes, Admiral." Ardif paused. "May I tell the Moffs what the meeting is about?" Pellaeon looked out the viewport at the distant stars. "Tell them it's time to send an emissary to the New Republic to discuss the terms of our surrender."